So, you may wonder why I'm showing you a picture of a bunch of crappy old wood and glass. That's because we are doing more clearing up at the house. We're starting to move stuff to the front that is going to have to go to the tip at some point. So, been a couple of weeks since I've done this. Let's go around and look down there. By the way, I am trying a selfie stick basically to hold this phone because I found doing the videos before it was giving me arm ache. So let's try this and see how it works out and see if it looks a bit better. So down the garden, nice and sunny, which helps. Alfie's somewhere right in the middle of the frame, just being Alf really. If you remember, we were getting on with the patio, which is over here. So we got the house all the way up there. Silly thing to say, of course it goes up, but you know what I mean. So we cleared the patio and cleared a bit more of it, as you can see, because originally I'd just done this stuff with the pink flags, so a lot of the rest has been cleared up, so that's funky. Still got to find a way of getting rid of all this stuff. We'll get there. So we have, I remember saying that there is a vine here. That's our vine, and that is a fig. This is a fig, so we will keep that one. This one down here Simon's just planted, and I can't for the life of me remember what it was, but it's a plant. And down here, that's another one put in of his. Again, can't tell you what it is. And over here we've got another vine, so that's rather good. Get them free. And this one here, I think it's a vine. I'm sure somebody will correct me if not. So, right, let's go down a bit and see where we're at. Trying not to trip over all the rubbish on the way. So, these were what you can see in front of you. This is comfrey. This was already here, and we're actually thinking of keeping it for the moment because it looks really nice. So we might keep that. Looking down towards the end of the garden, it's gradually starting to look clearer. We did have a huge pile of brambles and whatnot in the middle. Simon's been cutting that down and using it in the bottom of his raised bed, so that pile is very small now, which is good. So let's start from that end, I think, which you can see one of the 4 fruit trees. If I can climb over everything else to get to it. We have the fruit tree. This is hang on a minute, there we go. Simon Brown Orange Pippin. So that's in. Then we go on a bit further down and we have the next one, which is, oh, it's prunes, there we are. Oh, green gages, that's the one. So I'm looking forward to that coming up. I'm going to skip over the next bit and go right down to the next tree, and then I'll come back up and show you what Simon's busy doing. This is the 3rd tree. This is red pippin apples, so that will be fun. I'm a bit of an apple fiend, so I'm very happy to be growing my own. And then we have the last tree for now, which is, what's this one? Red devil apples. So that'll be fantastic. When we start being able to harvest our own apples, I shall like that. So now that we're at the bottom of the garden, I'll just show you again. Compared to previous videos, the bottom of this garden is so much clearer. We had piles and piles and piles of nettles and brambles and whatnot, and it's been a nightmare to try and clear. But as you can see, you can actually potentially scramble down to the river now. We've got garlic down there, garlic galore, which is lovely. I wish you could smell this because you can smell it from here. So at some point we're going to see about having, if we can get some stone steps built down here, and then we can have our own little sort of beachy thing down there. So let's come along this way, along the edge. You couldn't even get this far when we first came to look around the house. You could only get about 12 feet away. You couldn't get to the edge. But there we have a lovely little shallow brook. I don't know whether you can hear the running water from here. It's absolutely beautiful. Sunshine on the water and everything. Absolutely glorious to think this can be part of our garden. So let's come back up before I fall in. We will obviously be putting some fencing around here, but we need to get as much of it clear ourselves as we can, then work out the safest place to put it. Coming back up, Alfie appears to be leading the way, and there's his sister. Hello, Maisie. So we've got these 2 raised beds that we've had for a little bit now. Unfortunately, the tomatoes we planted aren't very good. They are knackered. So that's a bit of a bugger because we've had a bit of frost and it was all going so well, and then suddenly it wasn't. So that's the tomatoes. We're not doing anything about that at the moment. Over here we've got asparagus planted. There you go. Asparagus, there we go. So, and then we've got at the front, we've got these strawberries that we had in last time. So we've got asparagus going on down here. All these little black tags are where this is planted. Bed number 2, we have things in. Oh, hello, Maisie. Maisie is exploring the bed. You're not supposed to be on it, you know. It's not a dog bed, it's a plant bed. So let's see if I can see what that is. Thyme. Thyme down there. There we go, thyme. Maisie's exploring it. And down this end, that is... I still can't see what it is. Oregano. There we go. Thank you, Maisie. Okay, so we've got thyme and oregano in there. And then this is one of the newer beds. This, is it hexagonal? 5 sides. No, 6 sides. I don't know what a 6 side. Octagonal's 8. Is 6 sides anyway. Hexagonal, that's 5 sides, isn't it? Hexagonal is 6, says Simon, and he should know because he built it. So that's good. We've got this one built up, and I believe 2 more that are yet to be built up. He's not quite at the stage where it's ready to plant, as you can see. Needs to get built up a bit more. Fortunately, we were able to get out to the garden centre this morning because they're finally open again. So as you can see, we did a bit of shopping. So we've got something like a good dozen or so plants, which I'd love to give you a guided tour around, but I can't remember what any of them are. So, as you can see, it's very much a work in progress. So next time I film, they'll all be in and hopefully have their tags there, and I shall be able to go around and tell you what they are. So yeah, that's good. We got something, a bush of some sort planted over by the fence, which is, what is it, Simon? What's that one? Can you remember?
I've forgotten.
Oh, he's forgotten as well. It's a mystery bush. Okay, we've got a mystery bush planted there. I'll let you, when it grows.
It'll come back.
Yes, it'll come back to him.
It's
When it grows,
it's a
hopefully we'll tell you what it is.
evergreen bush.
And
White flowers.
evergreen bush, white flowers.
Small centres.
It's not a... Oh, I don't know. Okay, it's a mystery bush. We'll call it a mystery bush for now.
Hey, Maisie.
Oops. Yeah, Maisie's been up on the raised beds, actually, just checking everything out. She doesn't understand that a plant bed is not the same as a dog bed. So that's where we are at the moment. Fresh pile of brambles from what I've picked today. That'll be going down, chopped up and put in the bottom of the raised beds that Simon's continuing to build. All this rubble and rubbish and so on is going to have to get taken away at some point. Let's go this way. We have, some of you might know that we have actually now got the finished plans of the house, which is fantastic, from our architect, and they have been emailed to a contractor who actually did the original work on the house 10 years ago. He put these extra floors in and the rest of it, and our architect knows him and says that he is very reliable and he's also very well priced. So we've sent him all the details a couple of days ago, emailed him, and hopefully somewhere in the next week or so we'll get some information from him as to whether he can do it, whether he's got time to do it, whether we can afford his prices. So, you know, it's going to happen. It's been painfully slow. It feels painfully slow. The lockdown hasn't helped, but at least we've been able to keep coming over to the garden and working on that. That's given us something to focus on, really. So I think that's probably it. Yeah, can't think of anything else now. Hope everybody's doing okay and staying safe and doing what they're supposed to be doing, and social distancing and that whole thing like that. Hang in there, because it will get better.